Hello and thanks for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video we're going to be around the house and we're going to be doing some spring decorating. So if you'd like to see what we're going to be getting into today, keep watching. So in a previous video, I shared that I had purchased this new wall art for over my sofa, but I never actually finished this project. So I did an audit of my home and I said, okay, what's the goal here? So I know that I am trying to find the professional designer tip of 60-30-10 as it relates to decorating my home. So 60% of my home is black. That's the prominent color throughout my home. In every space you're going to see black. 30% is going to be some variation of white or cream or beige or something in that family. And then the 10% is where I want to have my metal. And my metal is more like a brassy kind of color. So as I was looking at the wall art and I said, I need this, either sconces or whatever. So what finish do you want on it? Now I have other art in this space. I have an open floor plan, so everything, is visible. And I have the brass, picture lights, but I really didn't want to go with brass here because of the black and white. So I just decided, you know what? I don't care how it looks or whatever. And I ordered a black one. So I'm going to show you here how we go ahead and get that set up to go up here. And I think it's going to be good. And another thing I want to say is that I was looking for an oversized one, which proved to be very difficult to find. I had no idea when I went into it because I have picture lights, throughout my home. But I think they're about 16 inches, maybe 20 inches max. Because my wall art is 72 inches wide, which is oversized, I wanted something to be larger. And so I had to go on the hunt for that because they were running some very, very crazy prices. They I saw some as high as like $500. So also I did not want it to be hardwired. I wasn't going to hardwire anything. I needed something that was going to have, be rechargeable or whatever, just like my other light. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you what I decided on. So I decided to go with picture lights as opposed to sconces on either side of the wall art, and I found it on Wayfair. So I got it in the matte black color, and this is the way that it came. And like I said, it is an extended size light, so it came where you had to kind of plug in both sides of it. This light is 31 inches wide, which was exactly what I needed for the oversized wall art. Now, this light is rechargeable, which I do like that, I guess. Sometimes they go out a little bit too fast, but nevertheless, it's better than it having to be hardwired because that's where a lot of money comes in, and I just didn't want to invest like that. So I'm just holding it up here to get an idea of where I might want to have it hung. And this is what it's looking like mounted. I am in love. I love the color. I'm so glad that I ended up going with the matte black color. And I love the fact that it has different light settings on here. Like this is my evening view. You can do like warm light. You can decrease the light to 10%, 100%, whatever. So I love that. And I'm going to be playing around with my ambient light in here. So I'm excited about that. That's just the perfect light. And also I'm working on I mentioned ambient lighting, but I like my layered lighting in my home. After a certain time of the day, I turn off my overhead lighting and I like to turn on my LED candles, my picture lights, all of the things. And I love them when they're on a timer. Now this has a timer, but I need to check to see if it'll come on at the same time every day. I don't know about that, but anyway, I'll figure all of that out. But I love to use my layered lighting in my home to see at night or whatever. I just love the ambiance of it all. So I'm excited about that. So now we're going to move over to another thing that I mentioned in the last video, that I was going to be moving some art from one room in the home to another room in the home. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. So let's go ahead and get that done. As I've been looking around my home and doing what I call an audit, I've realized that there's some art that I'm not using to its fullest potential, I'm going to say. So I curated this space here in my guest bedroom, which I love all of the art pieces in here, but I'm not getting a chance to enjoy them because they are in the guest bedroom and this is not where I am. So I decided that I wanted to remove them and put them into a space where I could enjoy them every day because all of these pieces of art have so much meaning to me. And it's not that I don't want my guests to have the best experience when they visit, because I definitely do. But I thought some other art may be better suited in that space. And I was tired of this artwork that I had previously in my primary bedroom. And rather than get rid of it, I decided to replace the art in the guest bedroom with this art. So that is a great tip. If you're tired of some art in your home, do a rotation of it. Put it somewhere where you can see it more often or less often, whatever the case may be. So I'm taking this art that I had previously taken down from my primary suite, and I'm replacing it in this guest bedroom. And I'm working on a makeover of this bedroom as well. So this is going to be the color scheme in that room. So these art pieces work out just fine. Just because you're doing a refresh of a space does not mean that you have to go out and purchase something for that space. You can use art or decor pieces, curtains, whatever it is, in another room and give it a totally different look without spending a dime. This piece of art here is the skyline of Detroit, which is my home city. And so I decided to put that there. I may not leave these things in this exact space, or may do some other changes or switches around. But for now, this is a good start. And I'm happy with that change. So previously I had a gallery wall on this wall right here, and I took it down. And when I had the house painted, I had all the holes patched up and had this wall painted in alpaca color. And so I haven't done anything with this wall. And the reason I haven't done anything with it is because I don't know what I want to do. But I do know that I don't want to go with a gallery wall in here. But I love gallery walls. So I decided to use this space here in my office slash studio to create a gallery wall in here. And so I brought the art out of the other bedroom and had it put up here in this space. So I have all of this art put up in here, and I'm going to tell you why this art is so special to me. So I've got one piece that my granddaughter did when she was, I believe, in the kindergarten. And so they had like a little art show or whatever at school. So of course I had to buy the art, and I had it framed in just a little inexpensive frame. And I love the little piece of art. I love whatever it is that my grandchildren create on their own or whatever, because you know, when you go out and you look at professional artist paintings or whatever, yeah, anything goes there, you know, whatever. I also, my sister and I did African ancestry test, the DNA test several years back. And we were able to trace our roots back to see where we originated in the motherland. And so I was really, really excited about that. Once I learned that it was many different places or whatever, but the one place on my dad's side of the family that was very prominent was Burkina Faso. And so I started to study about Burkina Faso and, you know, just kind of wanted to know all about everything that I could learn about it or whatever, and what types of things they have there or whatever. So I found this fan that was from Burkina Faso, and I decided to purchase it and put it in this shadow box to create my own art or whatever. And so as I work towards creating a story for my home, that is definitely a part of my story, where my family originated. And so that's really important to me. And then this other photo here, picture here, was something that I actually thrifted, and it was a older woman quilting, and that is something that is certainly a part of my roots as well. My grandmother was an avid quilter, as was my aunt. And so, you know, I wanted to have that. What is a shame is that we didn't pass that quilting skill down through the generations, but you know, hindsight is 2020. But anyway, so now because I spent a lot of time in this space, it just made sense to have artwork, or to surround myself with artwork and things that have meaning to me, things that were handpicked for me, you know, that I curated for this space. So it wasn't like I went out and just bought something mass produced. These were things that I selected, and they have meaning to me. And that's really important to me as I go through this audit of my home. Another piece of art here. This was also a thrifted piece, and this is a zebra. And I just love zebras. I think they're such a beautiful animal, and they originated in the motherland, Kenya, Tanzania, and the like. So I decided that I wanted to move that picture in here so that I can enjoy it. I just love the way that zebras look. So this ended up being a little no spin refresh to my studio here, and I absolutely love it. You know, it just has so much history for me, and like I said, I am leaning into my story as others are trying to erase the history that I share. You know, it's important to me that I lean into it as much as I can and surround myself with what grounds me. So I love what I've done in here. When I come in here to have my quiet time, to do my crafting, work on my puzzles, listen to music, meditate, pray, all of the things, I'm surrounded by things that I love. Another thing that I love about creating a story for your home is that it can't be duplicated, it can't be replicated, it can't be emulated. It is your story and your story alone. And so no one can take that because we don't share the same story. We may have similarities, we may have overlaps here and there, but uniquely we are different. Wow, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I always say this video was different from any others that I've done in the past. But this one was a lot of fun for me because, you know, coming up with that idea to move that art into here, it was just genius. Now, it may not make sense to you and you're like, girl, that looks all kind of crazy, but that's okay. I love it and it just makes me smile. And I'm gonna tell you, I've been struggling here lately. I have, and I know some of you have as well, about everything that's going on in the world. I mean, it is some heavy stuff going on here, people. It is heavy stuff going on. So, you know, whatever it is that you do to bring yourself a little chuckle, a little smile for the day, or just to kind of have a escape, do it, whatever that is. And I've kind of created that for myself here in this room. And yeah, so enough on that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're not currently subscribed to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button and also the post notification bell. Now, it is free to hit subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. I know everything is costing so much these days, but a subscription on a YouTube channel is free. So be sure to do that. Even if you're watching on your TV today, you are able to go ahead and hit that subscribe as well as a thumbs up while you're watching the video, so you don't have to toggle between your phone or whatever. I know that can be a pain, and I know most of us these days are watching YouTube and whatnot on TV. I know I do it all the time as well. The only thing you can't do from your TV is comment. But anyway, yeah, so if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that. Share the video out if you have neighbors or friends or whatever that are into home decorating and shopping for home decor inspiration, all of the things. Definitely share it out as well. And to all my returning family members, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope to see you all over here on my next one. Bye-bye.
I can never repay you for all you are and all you've done for me. I couldn't thank you enough. My worship could never measure how I feel. So I'll be an offering at the potter's wheel. I give you my life, I offer my best, a sacrifice. Whatever you ask, morning and night, and every hour that shall pass, it's yours to have and hold, to mold and shape. Lord, fill this place. soul, born of your clay. Lord, feel this place.